So you've got your X account, your LinkedIn account, your Instagram account. I don't care what it is, and you know what you're trying to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So how in the world do you get the content to be able to match your goals of being able to really service your target market? That's what we're going to talk about today. Planning your content so that you can get the eyeballs onto your product or service. My name is Jeff Boyle. I'm the CEO of Bemodo, and today on the AI Power 20, I have a very special guest. Guest, what is your name?
Shalom. My name's Brian.
This is my brother Brian. This is my older brother Brian, and he uses Bemodo for everything from contracts to gosh. Today we're going to show him how to get the most out of his X account. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about how to be able to do it, but first we're going to analyze his X account, his formerly Twitter account.
I don't want to. I don't want to. All right, let's go.
All right. So on this is his X account. So go up right now and hit the X at the very top.
Got it.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
So
there she is. Oh, hey. All right.
why don't we just go right now? Why don't you click as you go down? You can see, hit the right there. We're going to go to the
Jobs.
people.
I might look for a job while we're on here. All right.
We're not going to be looking for jobs on this. We're not going to be looking at communities. See the
Yeah.
checkbox right there? Go up, checkbox. One more right there.
Premium. Got it. All right.
All right, so we're going to go over to the monetization. Click monetization right there in the middle.
I kind of like to grow your business and get 12,000. Okay.
We're never going to hit the 20 minutes with your yapping, so go to the
sorry.
monetization. You guys can tell
All right,
how
here
we
we
talk
go.
with each other. We've known each other forever, so we're going to go to the creator revenue sharing. Click on that right there,
All right.
right in the middle. Creator revenue sharing.
Well, I'm not eligible.
Well, we're going to show you how you become eligible.
Oh, hey.
So look at this. So first of all, in order to start making money from X, which that's what we're all trying to do is make some money here.
Dang.
First thing you have to do is be subscribed to Premium X.
Check.
You got that, right?
Check.
The next thing you have to do is have over 500 premium followers. You've got it.
I do?
Yes, you've got over 500 premium followers. So these are people,
This is great.
this
All right.
this is why we have to help everybody out here. So he's doing great, right? He's got one thing left to do. 5 million impressions on your post within the last 33 months. So that is over 55,000 impressions per day on your X
Yeah.
account.
So, how do I find out if I got that?
We're going to see that. Well, you obviously don't because the check box isn't there. So click out of there. Just hit OK.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to go back into to premium again. You can see that. So under settings, you got monetization. There you go. That's fine. Now just hit your analytics underneath monetization.
Okay.
All right. So that is for 7 days. I want you to click 4 weeks up top there.
Will do.
Very good. So you can see. So just go put your mouse over the top of one of those big bars right there. So look at that. 155,000 impressions in 1 day. You've got to average over 55,000 over a 3-month period of time for you to start to become for you to monetize it. In the last, look at this though. Leave it there. Leave it there. Oh boy, he's playing around. So underneath there, so go down where it says verified followers. Go down.
Wow.
Look at that, 770. So he's well over the 500. And then the impressions, he's got 1.7 million in the last 30 days. So what that tells you, if you keep
I'm an
doing
influencer, dude. Like, honestly.
you actually are. So now go to the second to last bar on up top, right there. Look at that, 101,000. Go to that small bar, which is fourth from the right. No, to the right. To the
That's
right.
not a good day. All right.
That wasn't a good day.
Hey.
54,000. Okay. So you've just got to average 55, 56,000 per day to start to be monetized. I can tell you with 1.7 million impressions in the last 30 days, you should be able to hit that really soon. So what I want to do today with Brian is I want to be able to show you guys how it is that he can push himself over the top and start making money with X. I assume you're okay with that, right, Brian?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anybody can look at me anyway, apparently, because I'm on X. So like, what's to hide here?
There you go. So, well, I think unless you are born with a silver spoon and you have millions and millions of dollars in your
No.
trust account, we're all out trying to make a buck. So, why don't you stop sharing? And I'm going to then share
Okay.
my screen and I'm going to show Brian how to push it over the top. I'm going
Got
to
it.
show everybody your Bemodo account
Here,
and we're going to go
let
through
me
that
clean
and
up
we're
a
going to
little
show
bit
you how
here.
to do that.
Fine.
So, here we go. So this is Brian's Bemodo account. Okay, and you can see he uses it for lots and lots of different things.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been doing this X. So you've been working on X for probably 7 or 8 months, right?
Yeah, I think I can look at where do I look? I think it's like
Approximate
late
for me.
2023. I signed up and I didn't do anything
Yeah,
forever.
he didn't do anything, but all of a sudden he's done something. And if you remember in the previous calls that we've done, we've talked about the reply guy strategy. And what I'm going to show you today is super super important. Where would you estimate how many posts, how many tweets would you say that you originate yourself each
Oh man.
day
Uh,
on average?
like at the top line where it's like everybody can see. I don't know, maybe 3 a week. I don't
Three
know.
a week.
Not
So
very many.
Brian is getting
I'm all replies.
All right, so Brian's getting all of his, gosh, everything, all of his views by replying to people. And
Yeah.
in case you're wondering, that is the best way to get lots of views. So I'm going to recommend a different thing. Let me pull this up. I should have done it beforehand, but I'm going to talk about something I call dominate your niche by showing really what I do when I go through my sales presentations. This is I don't ever really do sales presentations. I make content for people. So if you're a business out there and you want content made for you, let me know. That's what we do. But I'm going to show you right here really what you should be doing on X and how difficult it would be to do if you didn't have Bemodo. You should be tweeting where you start it yourself, where you create a tweet yourself, Brian. You should
Okay.
be tweeting between 5 and 15 times per day. Now, but just by doing that, you've done a wonderful job of doing what's called the reply guy strategy by you going out and replying to other people's comments. So he got 1.7 million impressions over the last 30 days simply by replying to other people. And Brian does an amazing job of doing that. And I would guess right here, here's the next thing. In order for you to really grow your account, you need to be doing that between 50 and 100 times per day, unless
Easy.
you're
I
really good and
easily
zippy.
do that. Easily.
Okay. That is why you're killing it right now you're killing it right now. And remember, today's content is about creating content calendars so you can hit your goals. Brian is really zippy, really sharp. His words have scalpels. And as a result of it, he's been able to really create an audience of people. He has over 700 verified followers simply because of the comments he leaves. And when you're interacting with top people, about 80% of your interaction really should be with peers if you're trying to grow a group. Now, Brian's a writer. He's been a lawyer for years. He's always been able to be sharp with that pen, and as a result of it, he gets a lot of people following him. That being said, he really now needs to start creating his own content if he wants to sell his products and his services on X. And so we're going to continue to break this down and how you set up your bio. But if you want access to what we call this niche domination with exactly what you're supposed to be doing, make sure you send me a direct message and I'll give you an access to that. And every Wednesday, make sure you're joining us at 2 o'clock Mountain, 4 o'clock Eastern, where I answer your questions on this Power 20 that we do. But
Okay.
20% of your interactions should be with top influencers in your niche. And Brian's big into politics. He's big into family law, big into a bunch of different things. So if he wants to drive people to purchase his products, he's going to have to start now doing this 5 to 15 tweets per day. He doesn't have to, but I can tell you if you would be doing this now, you would have a lot of people, a lot more a lot more people following you than you do right now, and you're really doing
And
great.
that's like me originating way up top on the screen in X, right? Like
That's correct.
that's just sending it out into the ether. Is what
That
you're
is
saying?
correct.
Okay.
So this is my account, and Brian's been working his. I've had my account since 2000. So I'll just show you mine. I've had my account since, gosh, 2009, but I didn't even start building it until December of this year. So let me show you with mine. I right now I'm doing about five per week. So if I show you my last year, you'll see it's pretty crazy. We were tweeting once per day and we weren't interacting with people. So you can see that Brian's impressions are nearly 5x or more of mine as he's been working it for the last year. And he's done it almost exclusively from just interacting from people. And what is that? You go to your home, I like to do the people that I follow. And from there, this is me leaving a comment for someone like Kevin here. And every time it's viewed, that counts towards your views. But Brian really should be posting more frequently some original thoughts. And that's what I'm going to go through
Yeah.
today is how you should do that on your account. Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's go back over to Bemodo. And on Bemodo, let's oops, I've already logged into your account right here. So on Bemodo right here, this is what happens when you log in. And anytime you want to create a new conversation, you just click the plus right up in the top right. And what we're going to do is we're just going to call this Brian Tweets. Okay?
All right. Yeah.
All right. Inside of Brian Tweets, I'm just going to hit the little thought bubbles and go inside of this conversation. Inside of this conversation, this is where you can start to really build up your create your avatar. Let's see if you've created your avatar at all. I'm going to switch screens really quickly. And I guess, all right, you've got your legal contract, Bemodo sample, Sawtooth, why I'm a constitutionalist. Well, like you say, Brian writes a lot about law. Let's come into this one and see what you've done with it. All right. So you always start off with a context statement. And you're going to say, what does this have to do what does this have to do with content creation? Well, everything. Everything that I do, I'm always doing it with the purpose of training an avatar that gets to know my target market. So if I were to do Brian's over again, what I would do is I'd come back into the avatars right here and I would just create for him an avatar called Brian Tweets. And you may already have done something like this. But inside of here, what you would do is you start off by training it. And the way that you train it is that you give it a context statement. And there's different ways for you to be able to do your context statement, but the best way is to actually use a template. I'm going to click down here and bring up a template real quick. There's a template if you click all right here and you just type in context. Okay. You're going to see inside of that, there's different ones that are, let me hit space here.
Template.
But
Okay.
there's different types of avatars and different types of templates. But this one right here is context statement creation for Bemodo avatars. If you do this and walk through step by step with it, you can actually put that right inside of the context statement right here. So you just copy and paste it and hit save. And that will give you everything that you need for your context statement. For now, I'm just going to put XX and save it. Okay. But what we'll do with that, and I'm going to come back to that later, is we're going to go through and we're going to train his avatar on his target market. And the target market that you're going through on this one, Brian, is who you're writing to, ultimately that you want to be your customer on your X account. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, like, so my style is I see something, it's interesting, like a post or whatever, and something pops to my head that either contradicts or enhances what they're saying, right? So I'm very
You have turned off your camera.
Oh, do you want me camera on or camera off?
On, you knucklehead.
All right. So what I do is if something interests me either way, I simply react, right? Like just top of my head. And I either want to enhance what they're saying, but I actually kind of prefer contradicting them because that generates a ton of responses to what I say. Whether that be by Chinese bots that don't like what I say, or liberals that are languishing in misery right now.
So where Brian's avatar is obviously a constitutional conservative, and so where he gets a lot of his comments is he actually pokes the bears out
I
there on
do.
the
I poke bears a lot.
he does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. It doesn't matter if you're doing this to get the views in order to make money from X, or if you're trying to sell a product. You really do want to be able to start creating your own texts, your own tweets. So you're doing great in responding to people, but you really should be posting minimum 5 times and up to 15 times per day. And you can say, well, how do I do that? Well, the first thing that you're going to do, you're going to go into templates right here. And then you're going to go to type. Oops, we got to get rid of that right there. And you just go into the 7-day power launch, and you go step by step by step through this. And so if I were to go into Brian Tweets, I would just put in, if you don't have a company name, then you just put, I don't know, put Brian LLC. Your target market is you're going to put constitutional conservatives.
Okay.
That's it. And then your product that you're going to sell, you've discussed everything from how to tweak a conservative in 40 or a liberal in 42 ways. So he's thinking of different ways that he can do it. He's also thought of, as having been a lawyer for years, how to even prepare for family law. So he has a lot of different things that he wants to be able to put in there. So whatever that product is, you're going to hit generate. Okay. And then all you're going to do is go through step by step all the way through these up until step 6 of scaling guide for growth. This is going to give you everything that you need and make some recommendations of what you need to do for your business model to scale it. And it's also going to make a recommendation on this next one of what platform you should use to be able to get in front of your target market. And it's going to create a social media plan for you. Okay. I'm going to give you the homework assignment, and anybody who's watching this, you can always get a free usage of Bemodo on this, but this is going to give you what you should be writing about on the platform that it recommends for you. Go ahead. Yeah.
Question. So these are templates that are already in the Bemodo system. Is
correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. That's it.
So one last thing, will you turn off that dinging for the? It sounds like your phone. If you'll just put that on vibrate, that'd be great.
Well, it's hooked to my computer.
Oh boy. Okay. So anyways, in order to find that, you just make sure that you've created a chat. You did Brian Tweets. You can click templates right here, and you go to 7-day AI Power Launch, and then with each one of these, you can turn them into PDFs, or you can turn them into, I like to take them and put them into a Google Drive document. Right. And you can see with each one of those, these Google Drive documents, you could then download them, and then you can train your avatar with it. If you've never done it before, all you've got to do is go to bemodo.com, and under e-learning, it will walk you through step by step.
Okay, that's for creating my own avatar.
So and it'll walk you through 8 different steps to train your avatar, and it's just basically going through each of those steps. It'll take you 20, 30 minutes. Okay. Even though I've got day 1, day 5, day 7, all of this, the last one is training your avatar, and it walks you through step by step of how to use these. And the last one you're going to get is a social media plan. For you, if it recommends that you use LinkedIn, all you've got to do at the end of that is say, no, I don't want to do that. I want to use X. And you have to say Twitter. And from there, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a social media plan of what you need to do to be able to get in front of your target.
Okay, so this is a question. Does the avatar learn sort of my style as I go along, or?
Every time you find something that you like, for example, what I do is I train yours. I'm going to get off of yours now because I've trained my avatars really thoroughly. And I'm
Okay.
going to show you what you need to do after you've gone through these 7 steps. And if you go through these 7 steps, it'll take you 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then from there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just watch this video, and it's going to walk you through how to train that video. So all you have to do is go to bemodo.com,
E-learning.
e-learning, and then after you've got this, then you just train your avatar. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's you just take each of those documents and then you can turn it into new ones. So I'm going to log out of your account now,
okay.
and I'm going to log in to my account. Okay.
So, I mean, I will say I was a huge AI skeptic, and I started using Bemodo, and AI is really powerful if you point it in the right direction. And like Bemodo in particular, I've been using instead of the other ones because, I mean, just the project organization features and stuff are pretty impressive. So I'm not
And
saying
what's
that because you're my brother. I wouldn't use it if I didn't like it. Let's put it that way.
Well, the crazy thing about it is Brian is still not trained in Avatar, and so he still isn't taking advantage of the machine learning. And like I said, this is typically these meetings only last 20 minutes, but walking Brian through this, I think he's going to find if he trains his avatar by just doing those 7 steps with those templates, 1 through 7 on there. How do you find them? Underneath the templates, you just go into 7-day AI Power Launch, and you just go through step by step. It's going to walk you through
That's
it.
pretty cool.
And the last one is going to tell you what you should be doing for a social media plan. And if it picks the wrong platform, just say, no, I don't like it. I'd like it to do it for X, formerly Twitter. And it will create you a topics based upon your target market and how to be able to do that. So that's actually what I was supposed to teach today. But for you, Brian, we're going to do something special, okay?
Okay.
For you, after you've trained your avatar, just type in viral tweet. Okay, so you'll click on this viral tweet, and inside of here, it has a whole bunch of the most popular tweet formats: aesthetic
Okay.
tweets, rule of 3 tweets, hook list takeaway tweet creator, engaging social media responses. You're very, very good at responding to people. But there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to respond to people. So I'm going to show you how we use this because I believe very much in AI doing 90% of the lifting. But I always make sure whenever I put something on X that it's mine. On Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, it has to be mine. And the way that I compare that to people is you and I both worked for judges after going to law school.
Yeah.
And they set us to work. We did all the work, all the research, all of the writing. They gave us guidance for a couple months, and after a couple months, you knew what they wanted. So who
Yeah,
took the
you
credit
did.
for the 10 minutes of editing they did after you got really good? Who took credit for the writing once you did all that work for the judge?
Well, I did. I went over the judge's head and made. No, I'm kidding. The judge does.
You can say, that's impressive. You wouldn't have lasted very long. The judge takes all the credit. Our dad was a judge. And I went to, as a kid, I went to his courtroom, and I said to him after, I'm like, Dad, how do you know so much about everything?
Right?
And what did he say? It's like, well, I don't. That's what my law clerks, they
He did.
thoroughly
And
prepare
he
me
said,
for.
my talent is a red pen that I tell him that I don't like.
Yeah.
And, so.
And our dad had the same law clerk for years because after he trained that law clerk, he practically knew exactly what dad needed and how to do it.
Oh,
And that's
absolutely.
what
Yeah.
happens with when you train your avatar.
I mean,
Is you're
that's kind
really
of.
trying to make sure they do it. So I'm
To
going
me,
to do
that's sort
this.
of an interesting segue into what I'm hoping Bemodo does. Is Dad would kind of train his clerk as to read his mind, essentially.
All right, so let's
And
do that. Let's do
yeah.
it. So I'm going to put on here number of tweets, 6. So I'd like to see 6 samples. I'm only going to do a 100 character tweet. So the old Twitter would only let you see 140, and so I'm going to go through. We can do up to 140 tweet. And on this, I'm just going to pick a topic of interest, and I'm just going to say, getting out of bed, and going to the gym so I can work productively all day. You don't have to be, you don't have to be very eloquent with this. So just anything that you can think of, tone and style of the tweet. I'm going to select an avatar that I've trained a lot. And so let's pick right here the Jeffrey AI. And I've trained Jeffrey AI, and you can see if you go through the 7 steps, what it's actually going to do is it's going to give you a celebrity that you can actually write, that it can take that celebrity's tone and style and replicate it. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say I'm going to override my avatar. I'm going to pull it off, and I'm just going to say imitate the tone and style of Seth Godin. He's an amazing author, and he does stories and all kinds of stuff. So what this is going to do is it's going to give me 6 different types of tweets. And the unpopular opinion tweet always starts off with unpopular opinion. So the formula for it is starts off with unpopular opinion, then giving a blank line. So aesthetic writing in Twitter, X, is really important. You shouldn't be using commas. You should be using bullet points. You should make sure there's space between it. I've got 140 characters right here. Exercise in the morning is overrated. Productivity is fueled by creativity, not just endorphins. The gym is a distraction. Your most productive days come from creating environments, not sweat and repetition. So he took it a different way than I would have taken it. But you don't need to work out to be productive. A focused mind can generate more impact than a lifted weight. And if you've ever read Seth Godin, this sounds very much like Seth Godin. Sleep more, hustle less. A well-rested you is more likely to create, innovate, and inspire than an exhausted gym enthusiast. So it took it different than I was thinking, and but these can be pretty clever with this. So there's all kinds of different types of tweets in here. Let's do another one. This is the 2x3 comparison. Number of tweets, 6. Number of characters, let's do 140. Topic of tweet, let's get it to change its mind. Going to the gym makes me better at business. And let's do this one, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Now, I recommend that you stay with a specific style. Now, Brian, we could actually train your avatar to analyze all of your past content, and it would take your content and write like you. You're very good at writing. Most people likely need an avatar that's been trained by a celebrity. With you, we could actually train it on your past content. So let's see what The Rock says on this one. So you can see that the 2x3 comparison tweet starts off with where you were in the past, and then it does what's called stair step. So this is all about aesthetic. So it starts small and then gets bigger. I used to be sluggish, tired, stressed daily, unfocused in meetings. Now I'm energized, hitting the gym hard, planning every week. So you can say these are the same amount of characters, but it does the stair step. Hard work in the gym fuels success in business. So what it does is it gives you 6 different ones, and I'll always read them beforehand, make sure it represents me. And then all you've got to do is take this and then boom, just head right over into Twitter.
Okay.
And then you just hit post right here. With this one, it didn't copy over the
So
you
so
can
I
see
get
how
I've got to warn you,
time it'll
Meatball
save.
might be waking up from a nap, so if he comes in, I apologize.
It's all right. And with this, I'm just going to show you this last one, and then I always put a space in between. Okay, and then you hit post, and that one actually represents me pretty well. I think I made it a little bit too long because it shouldn't show more on there. But the point is that as you go through this and as you look at the templates, there are unpopular opinion tweet, helping you to make your bio, helping you do an engaging tweet creation, 2x3 call out tweet. There's over 20 different types of tweets in here that can help you easily do that 5 per day. And I would say with you, you're easily going to become monetized once you start to do at least 5 per day. And you're such a good writer, one line tweet generator, same thing. This is a good one. Just all you've got to do is just put in basic information, and then it's going to output it for you. So anyways, he's got his he's got his 3-year-old there that's got his attention. But I think that helps you understand that you can easily start to become more monetized when you start to put these tools into action. Just like a judge is never going to let his his work go out that's not approved by somebody else. I tell you, you definitely want to make sure that as you do this, that this represents you before you post it. And then the last thing I'd show you on here, engaging social media responses. With this one, same thing. You can go in the social platform. You can put X, name of influencer. Just grab something off of here. We'll take this Kevin guy. We'll grab his tweet. We'll come in here. I'll put Kevin, post of the influencer, type of response. Let me make sure I read it. Treat your savings like a bill. Always allocate a portion of your income to savings investments before paying anything else. I agree with that. Agree 100%. Famous business person. So you can put a filter in to make sure if you did business tweets, you'd put your famous business person in there to make sure it doesn't contradict, your response doesn't contradict that person. So in this one, I'm going to put Elon Musk. He's a pretty good business person. Tone of response. And with this one, I'm going to put in second guessing. Right. And then I'm going to put the number of responses. I'll get 6 of them. And I'm going to have it be a short one. So I'll put 60 characters right there. And with this, and I know that this is a much longer one than I typically do. I think I'm 10 minutes over. But this will enable people who are less intelligent than Brian, that don't know how to have that silver pen. You're fine, Brian. But as we come to the end on this one, it gives you the ability to quickly and easily respond to people if you're not as quick as Brian is with the pen to be able to do it. So it gives you a response to him that you can go in and always make sure that your own.
I apologize for that. My other child had the hives, so mom had to take him to the doctor. But this is, I mean, in some ways, this kind of educates.
I've ever done, and I guess this is what I get when I get it with you. But this is fine. This tells you how difficult it is for most people to do content.
Yeah,
because they're completely inundated with life.
Life is full, and like honestly, I'm not saying this to help you sell the product, but Bemodo helps me do stuff like that and get things done. I mean, it really does. Like, I'm impressed, and I have been paying attention.
Well, it's the kind of thing. It actually worked out pretty good as a metaphor. By the way, I would never question him. I'm a big believer in saving, but the point of it is that these templates will enable people who are overrun by life, who have kids, who have grandkids, who have business, have jobs. This enables you to have over 20 different types of tweets that you can easily respond to people in a very good way, an aesthetic way. As you know, it doesn't matter which one you pick, they're all going to be written with aesthetic rules. And if you want what I call the niche domination, be sure you send me a message and I'll send you the document that walks you through all the tweets, when to use them, how to use them. And for you, Brian, I just recommend that you put it on your calendar. You do the 7 steps.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Do one every 2 hours.
You kind of motivated me on this Twitter thing, and I really honestly thought I'd have like 7 followers, but somehow somebody reads what I say. But so I do have a question on these post things. So like I'll do like bullet points like in a Google Doc or whatever, and then I'll go to paste it, and it's like it just jumbles up all the text. Is there a way that if you do bullet points on here, it transfers over in the formatting when you do a post?
Yeah, Twitter or X almost always pulls out your formatting. You can see on there even when I put them over.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I was doing something wrong.
No,
it's pretty easy to fix because I know where my bullet points are. It takes me.
So with that, all I do is I just put dots on it, and there's also ways that you can, but just for the sake of simplicity, that's a quick and easy way to do it. They also have some new formatting, but that's for a different call. But I just really recommend that you start to do this, Brian. You pick the templates that you want,
Yeah,
And like I
I'll do
say,
it.
once you've trained your avatar, then it'll do it. So we could train your avatar with all your past content. And how do you find these viral tweets, all these templates in here? Just once you're inside the type
Yeah.
and viral, and then you pick all of these: the call out tweeter, tweet creator, hook list takeaway, the stair step tweet. There's a bunch of different ones, and I recommend that you start to do them. This is one that I made up myself. A lot of these others I found online, but this one, this multi-line clarity sequence, this is a pretty decent one. And once again, you could do 20 of them at a time and then have them ready to either have them automatically posted for you with a different
Mhm.
app, or you
So,
can
so
do
hold
them.
on, back up. How you just said I can have things automatically post for me?
Well, so a
These are
couple
things
different
I
ways of
just
doing
don't
it,
know.
and I'm just going to show you a simple way right now. So there's different programs. We'll do that on a different call.
Okay.
So you just put something in right here.
Uh
Okay, so you can promote it.
huh.
And if I'm going to hit post, I'm not going to hit post. But there's also right here, you can schedule it. So you could go in, just see where I did that right here, hit schedule, and you can have it posted.
Oh,
You could do 20 of them at a time if you didn't want to pay for extra software to do it.
really?
Yep. Last one. This is such an amazing topic. I know I've gone way over what my
No,
20
like
minutes.
this is genuinely fascinating. I come across as a smart aleck. Just that's my natural. Even when I'm serious, so I apologize. But this is really fascinating because I've just been bludgeoning X.
Well,
That's
and it's you've been doing it the hard way.
mhm.
Once you actually sent me an article the other day.
Yeah. I've
So
written like 15 articles. I don't even know
so
what to
let me
do.
show you how to turn an article into a thread. So let me show you my account really quickly.
Can I just pull up my can I share the screen and you can just look at my articles? I
I'm
mean,
I'm I'm actually going to take the article you sent me,
okay,
and I'm going to turn it into something that's called a thread. Okay.
okay, yeah.
So right here on let me show you mine right
I mean, this
here.
is stuff I've thought about for a long time. So these articles are really easy. I mean, they're just super easy. I can bang them
Well,
on the
they're
head.
easy
You know?
because we both like to write, but
Yeah.
a lot of other people, I'm gonna have to show another one where we do this. So I've been doing threads every day for the last 3 days. This one actually, surprisingly enough, has only gotten 9,200 views. The one that I did, if I go to highlights right here, I can see
Hmm.
some of these. So this one this morning did 9,200 views. This
Yours did?
one
Wow.
got 12,000 views. This one got 14,000 views. So they're a really good way, and I'm committed to doing one every single morning. But you say, oh my gosh, how do I do that? So what a thread is it's an initial one, and then underneath it, you're replying to yourself, one after the other. Now you
Yeah.
cannot schedule these on X.
Okay.
You'd have to do them with an outside platform or do them by hand. But you can see at the end of it, I promote Bemodo. It's a great way to be able to tell a story rather than just sending an article. Okay, so the article
Yeah.
that people do, let me pull that up.
The
I've
one I
got
wrote.
yours right here. So
Little
I'm going
free
to grab
pub.
your article. Okay, here's your article. So I'm just going to take it. You can tell that Brian is certainly
Well, I'm
trying to
actually
flip
I'm
here.
actually using what you're saying right now to post to some Chinese bot on
So
X.
I'm just going to grab your article that you did
Okay.
right here. And you can see that Brian makes a lot of people mad.
I do.
BS on your opinion.
I make very. I called them a Chinese and they unfollowed me because they would. So,
Well, you obviously make enough people happy. So so you see that this article got 2,088 views. One of the ways that you can turn this into it, so you got one fan and then you got another person telling you BS.
yeah,
Okay.
I
So
do that
what you're
one.
going to do is you're going to go into Bemodo, and I'm going to go in just into this Jeff tweets. I'm going to hit the templates right here.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm inside a viral tweet, so I'm going to pick it. But you can see that you can do a tweet, you can do a call out, you can do a metaphor. But what I'm going to search for right here is thread. Okay. Converting content to a tweet thread. So we're going to insert your article right there, short
Yep.
description of your offer. I'm just going to make something up here. HTTPS colon slash slash Brian, Brian tweaks.com. I'm going to put that in the URL, and I'm going to put this, consider is how to provoke comments on X in 42 easy lessons. So you do that. You put your name, Brian. I can't remember what your handle is, so let me grab your handle real quick.
Okay.
That's another lesson about doing easy handles.
I'm actually calling someone a dumbass right now. Boom.
Now, I take a completely different approach than Brian. Brian is confrontational. I'm all Mr. Supportive. You do it your own way. So you throw your handle in there, and we're going to make them a little bit longer, kind of normal, and we're going to do 10 inside of there, and I'm going to put sarcastic. Boom. This is going to now convert this into a thread, and threads are excellent ways to be able to they're excellent ways to be able to get your point across. So, like I said, I know that this has been good because you can see right here. So it gives you. Oh, sorry, it's still working on them. Here it is. So it gives you threads, right? Oh my goodness, I put 109. I didn't want 109. It did 23 maximum. So what it did on this one is it starts the first one, and then it says this is a peculiar form of insanity. So I'd obviously messed it up by putting 109. What I meant to put is right here only 71. So it gave me too many of them. But it then will ask you at the end of it if you want it to make images, to give you commands for images. And so just say, yes, give me image commands. And what it'll do is it will give you the text that you can import into Bing Images, gosh, there's so many different free ones that are out there now that you can just take that and put it right in there. And the reason why I encourage people to use all these right here, so it gives you actual ways to put images inside of your tweet thread. So just like I did on my home right here, you can see this one today is I put images on each one of these.
Yeah.
And so you'd be able to, these are actually not artificial intelligence, they're from his videos, but you'd be able to take yours and it will make you images by going to Bing Images and different areas to be able to output those. So anyways, went way over my time, but
really
I guess
good,
the question
honestly.
I have for you is, are you ready to actually make your job easier by training your avatar and then have it go out and make content for you that you can approve?
Absolutely.
Rather than have to do it all yourself?
For sure. I mean, this is really good. All I can say is every time I do what you say, it pushes me forward a little bit, or a lot of bit. So yeah, this is very, very helpful.
I actually like that Finners, your
Meatball?
3-year-old, came on because it's so real. That's what we're combating.
Yeah.
And that's why we spend so much time testing and making these to be able to give you the help you need to get you 95% of the way there, and then make sure never post anything that you wouldn't normally say yourself. And so today's lesson, once again, is to make your content calendar. To make your content calendar, just go through and right here inside the templates. I'm going to go back to the beginning of it. Pull that off. All you got to do is go into the 7-day power launch. Go through steps 1 through 7 if you've never done it before. Just go to bemodo.com, click on e-learning, and we've got videos, these videos right here, all the way to training your avatar. Once you've trained that avatar, and with you, we would want to train it, which is a different lesson, on your style. We would be able to upload your style and have it copy your style, the way it's truly your own. Then
it's not very often I call somebody a dumbass. That's pretty rare. So I'm hoping Mom doesn't see this video because I don't want her to know that.
I don't think she's on X, so I think you're safe there.
All right.
But with mine, like I say, I tried to be. I'm very politically motivated as well, but I tried doing it your way, and I couldn't do it. So I went back to what I'm best at, which is rainbows and sunshine of the world, the piranha shark infested world of capitalism. But
yeah, and I will say, you said something like, just speak how you normally speak. And I kind of talk to X like I talk to you, Jeff. Like, I mean, it's very natural. I'm not trying to be something I'm not, which is successful and good looking, which I'm not. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad you got me down this road. It's been fun too.
Well, use it, my friends. Hopefully, this has helped. This was your extra special long version of the AI Power 20. And I encourage anybody that has not used Bemodo, there's a 7-day free trial. And what we are doing more and more now is actually doing the reply guy for different businesses. We help them train their avatar, and then we help them to be able to output mass amounts of quantity but quality content that makes your life easier as you go out there and try to become monetized or send people to your let me just go to mine and I'll show you where to do it. Let me just go to my account here. There we go. And right here, on just schedule an appointment with me right here at go.bemodo.ai. You can find me at Jeff Boyle on X and all kinds of different ways. You can reply to the email that this was in. And if you're on YouTube, just go ahead and send me a message and we'll get back to you. We'll give you access to this platform. And happy hunting out there, my friends. And so if you're out there to make money with your content, the Roy Bryan's on track to do, or if you want to sell more products and services, we'll teach you how to get leads with your social media. So until next time.
No, it's cool. Thanks, Jeff. I mean, this is really cool. I appreciate it.
Bye, guys.